How low can you go? I was singing. Anyway, since I was caught singing, I was singing, how low can you go? How low can you go? How low? Because Roy here was saying the chair is a little bit too low. We'll fix it in a little bit. In the meantime, between time, speaking about low, today we're talking about boxers or briefs in the context of also how men handle them, change them, and whether it's okay to wash them for him. It's a conversation that when we asked a lot of you out there on the streets, you know, what did the parliamentarians say? They vehemently deny, although there are some few different views on that as well. So we have Sheila Komboka.
Hi.
Happy New Year, first of all. Happy New Year kwa Waranichi. We have Pastor Kuria. Tanzania ilikuwa aje?
Tanzania ilikuwa poa, nilipewa pesa vizuri.
Ukarudisha? Ulikuwa wapi Loliondo?
Nilikuwa Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
Dar es Salaam, kanisa inaitwa Mountain of Fire. Mlima wa moto.
Is that a threat to a church?
Ulirudi na moto?
Dr. Rwakatare.
Ndio hiyo sasa.
Nilikuwa nahubiria watu 4,500.
Waya.
Yeah.
Boba mawatu.
Tanzania ni kuzuri, by the way. When you are preaching, they just come in front and give you money. The money is not sadaka for the church. Wewe ukipewa unasema, yes, Yesu akasema na mambo ikaendelea. Unatoka kwa nini kwa ikiwa hivi?
You are being bribed on behalf of God.
Not bribed. Use proper words.
Very well bribed.
You are blessed.
Blessed.
Yes.
Over-blessed.
And of course, Roy Karohizi. Karibu sana. And Happy New Year to you as well. Now, so I guess to answer this one, we'll start with the men. Break protocol. Ladies normally go first. But yeah, I guess let's start with the ladies. Sheila, is boxers or briefs? What do you think?
Shout
out to Eric Omondi, by the way.
I think
There's nothing brief there.
I wasn't ready. Okay. Kuna watu wengine watashika hiyo
baadaye Thursday.
Shout out to Eric Omondi. I think with that conversation, it doesn't matter as long as you're keeping it healthy and clean. It doesn't matter whether you're rocking boxes or briefs. That's my personal opinion.
I think it matters a lot because we men, when you are wearing that, you are calling it the short one.
Briefs.
Briefs.
Briefs, Roy.
Oh. Yeah. That short one, it presses some part of your body where there is a lot of manufacturing of many useful things after that. But when you're having the boxer, it keeps you free. It keeps you free. So you have not squeezed your private
personality.
You have not squeezed them in a bad way, because at the end of the day you need them, because you need to produce after that. So as I was reading the Bible,
right,
I found God had told the one of his servants, when men are going at the altar, they should be wearing, but whatever the measurements, according to the Bible, it shows it was boxer.
There are boxers in the Bible?
Yeah. There is.
There was boxers? Yeah. Because you took photos when you were there?
When you enjoy it, lakini.
But I think it's something that should be, it's personal preference, of course. And that's why I find it difficult to discuss whether it's this or that. I can't start telling you what to wear. I don't tell you yellow socks or red socks. Pastor goes and does his own things. We can't control that. Yeah, sometimes anaka socks nusu. It's up to him. So I think it's all about rotating both. And of course, they have different functions, right? One is for, especially when it comes to sports, of course, people would go with briefs and stuff like that.
Right.
And then when going into, of course, casual life, of course, boxers would be the option. So neither here nor there. What I found interesting is the fact that that's not what women wanted to discuss.
Exactly. When we went and asked women, they went directly to, apparently men have a tendency of making their wives, significant others, partners, whatever you want to call it, wash their boxers or briefs. So it doesn't matter, mwanaume anataka uoshe. So what do you guys think? On send us an SMS on 22422. Should women wash? And by the way, this is from all ages, not in terms of like all the way from campus. We find girls who have their boyfriends, and part of the laundry, I don't even know why they're washing it in the first place, but part of the laundry, utapata hapo ameficha hapo na kabox akifanya na wera. But there's actually a report I was reading online that talked about why it shouldn't be too tight. Before you go into those vox pops where we asked you those questions, apparently it will affect sperm count, it hampers blood circulation, causes some infections, and of course the obvious one, hampers air circulation as well.
I mean, foolish. So that's we live in a generation where guys have decided the tighter the better, you know, and we're not just talking about just underwear, we're talking about even trousers. So I mean, when you're talking
Shout
about
out to Jimmy Gate.
Yeah, when you're talking about the health of it, I think guys are just like, you know, they've thrown that out of the window, and now they're more focused on
style.
In fact, there's a style. I don't know when you're doing research whether you saw it. It's actually part of. It's a new style that men are taking up, which is you make the pants tight and showcase the
transform.
The member.
Yes.
Personality.
It's all about showcasing the member. And I mean, as much as I don't know where this fashion is, okay?
Michael Jackson.
And how it's you know how it's dope, or how it makes sense. But for me, at the end of the day, I'm like, you could look nice, like in a drawer. Apple member, maybe.
You know that's an interesting point. You could look nice, but I think for us guys, I think the big question is that thing of, are you doing things for other people? Yeah, I thought clothes should have an essence of being comfortable for yourself. If you look at some of the stuff that's coming out recently, because there was a time trend didn't necessarily become an inconvenience. Nowadays, what's trending or what people are wearing, yeah, whether you're making guys wear thongs, yeah, as a matter of style, or you find that the other guy wears a bra, whatever it is. But the fact is, you're doing it out of fashion, and yet it's inconvenient and uncomfortable to you. Whatever you should do should first make you happy before you walk out there and try and make everyone happy by seeing what you're wearing. So then you tight pants so that you can expose your personality. At whose detriment?
Really?
Who's hurting? You know, Naumia.
Right. Yeah.
I think differently a bit.
All right.
Because if you know nothing and you teach your child what you know, what do you expect the kid to know?
Nothing.
If the guys who are wearing those things does not know the dangers, because they have never sat down and somebody taught them about the dangers of wearing those tight things, they will keep on wearing. And again, who is in need of your anatomy?
That's exactly.
At the end of the
first,
day,
then you're better off.
Everybody is having one. So you better be, you know, be somebody who is a role model to young children, to other people, and also be smart upstairs. When you are smart upstairs, you'll Google these things.
But let me ask you. I mean, I think this is a situation of people. You know that this could, you know, potentially be, you know, seriously detrimental. But you're like, it's like smoking. You know that this thing could kill me, but you still smoke.
Just say shisha.
You know, so I don't think this is a situation of people not knowing the hazards. I think this is one that supersedes the hazards, because I don't know. I think ladies really like it. They know what you're working with. You see, mambo ya boxers umeficha huko hata to do what you're working with.
I have to say this about men really usually. Unlike ladies, a lot of what ladies do, when they put makeup and stuff, a lot of it is not primarily for themselves. Because if they did, then they put makeup before they go to bed. Yeah, they wear makeup in the morning because it's out there to showcase themselves, a better version of themselves, for whatever reason. Men are a bit more selfish. We used to do things for ourselves first. That's what we have been like. It's just that the boy child, if you can put it like that, is beginning to do things for others, not for himself. By the time we buy you, even tight, yeah, it's not for it. It definitely is not comfortable, but he's doing it for someone else. He's wearing a thong, he's doing it, and stop calling it a brief, it's a thong. He's doing it for someone else. So we need to go back to doing things for what makes us comfortable first, and then I'll start thinking about other people a little bit later.
Well, we have to sample what some of you had to say in terms of this conversation. And like Roy said, it's interesting to note that most of you commented on the laundry aspect of it. So that goes back to really men. It looks like men, you're out there making the ladies wash your boxers and or briefs, because kuna mtu mwingine akona zote
brief boxers.
And akona brief boxers. So let's take a listen to what they said.
Majina ni Joseph Chege. As in pande yangu najua ni maoni yangu, my own views. Inafaa aoshe. Juu najua hiyo somehow inaonyesha upendo, unajua ile love. So akoshe hivyo hata kuja ukiona ikiwa kwa kamba hapo imeandikwa wajua basi hizi nzangu na zime display hiyo hapo. Rafeel. Sasa cheki.
My name is Gloria. Depends on the level of the relationship. If it's in marriage, yes, but if it's in dating, no. Yeah.
Majina yangu naitwa Johannes Sokuna. Mimi kwa maoni yangu, wakati tulikuwa tunaona bibi yangu, tuliagree tukua kitu kimoja. Kwa hivyo kuosha boxer yangu sio kitu yanafaa oshe tena kila siku.
Kwa majina naitwa Googs. Si mbaya kwa mwanamke haswa kaa ni mke wa nyumba, inakubalika.
Inategemea kama ni bwana yake ama ni mgani. Kama ni bwana yake, kuna mwingine unaweza muoshea, itakuwa ni mazoea. Afadhali mwenyewe akienda kuoga jioshe. Huwezi kumuoshea kila siku. Kama amesahau haraka utamuoshea, ama kama inategemea kama akifika jioni inabidi akitoka job mwenyewe ajioshe ama muoshe. Sio tuta kila siku utakuwa na muoshe.
Hiyo ni sawa. Mwanamke ule umeoa ni sawa kikuoshea boxer mwanaume, lakini dem ule tu wakukutana nayo sio poa kuoshea boxer yako.
Mwanamke anafaa aoshe boxer ya bwana yake ama afai?
First of all, Gina, ndio I'm toka. Hiyo swali ni mzuri. Unaona mwanamke anapaswa kuosha boxers once mko kitu kimoja. Once umemuoa, she's part of you. So she has to clean the boxers.
How often do you change your boxer?
Inafaa kuwa daily after umeshawa. Cause you know uwezi kana boxer, uwezi kana uoge tena urudie the same boxer. Kuna germs, unajua, kuna ile sweating. So hiyo sweating, kuna boxers zingine naweza sema kama za nylon. Tuko advised to boxers za cotton. Si ni kweli hizi zimetengenezwa na cotton, but za nylon ile ukisweat ndio unaweza pata mtu unatokea na tu vitu hiyo pande ya privacy, pande ya private. So it's always good unavaa boxer after you shower every day. You wear a clean boxer. Na kwanza kitu kingine watu boxer ufai kuvaa ikiwa wet. Unafunika kwa kamba, inakaa in fact si kwa jua, ipigwe ikauke na upepo. Unaona? At least ukivaa, unajua kwa jua pia ni mimi vile najua boxer ukifua unafaa iweke yani kwa place kuna kivuli ikauke na upepo.
Sawa, nashukuru sana.
Naongea kama mwanaume. Swali umeniuliza ni vizuri. Mwanamke inafaa aoshe kila kitu kwa nyumba juu hiyo ndio kazi yake. Lakini dem kuja na kuosha vitu kama boxer inawea, hiyo ni uso. Bibi ni sawa, lakini na support hiyo bibi ni sawa aoshe kila kitu. Boxer inafaa ikue unabadilisha every day, ukioga hivi unaibadilisha. Mimi nabadilisha every time nimeoga, ambaye ni every jioni. Jioni saa 1 saa 2 hivi.
Kwa maoni yako wewe unaonaje mwanamke akioshea mwanaume boxer yake?
Kwa majina naitwa Googs. Simba.
Well, they're different.
They're not different.
No, there's that guy who said, mimi naoga kila jioni asubuhi.
He said anaosha every time you ogas.
Okay.
But you ogas every with each change of president.
Okay. So it's clear what people are saying. A very strong thoughts there. The first or second person said that washing the boxer and or brief is a sign of showing love.
Very interesting though.
Yeah. What do you think?
Very interesting. Actually, it shows love. I've told you, anything where you have to actually humble yourself to do something for someone is a good way of showing affection or love. Yeah? And if you see some guys and their boxers, there's a lot of love being shown. Like ridiculous love, right? It is actually a very strong sign of affection. But the only problem is, as we're saying, is exploiting it. Yeah. Jamas usi once ukianza, men are like that. We're very complacent animals, kubali. Ukituzoesha with something, then we tend to expect it. That's what's going to happen. So maybe it should be done once every while, maybe once every election, so you can watch. Yeah, or whatever it is. But reach an agreement where it's once in a while. I think it's okay.
As far as I'm well and I'm not sick, I think I love my wife so much that she's not a house girl.
Yes. So you think it's okay for a house girl to wash?
Listen to me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Yes. Totally agree.
Roy, I go to bath jioni na asubuhi. Me. Naenda naosha hiyo kitu yangu.
Yes.
Natoka naye naanika. Na usiniambie ati nisianike nje isionekane. Kwani ikiwa kwa duka inakuwaga imefichwa? Ukiona watu wanaficha hiyo kitu imeraruka juu, imeisha.
Imekauka
kwanza inaishaga karibu niguze. Sasa
iko na kala zingine za
imeisha. Sasa hata
when black becomes grey.
Yeah. Alafu my question is, kama mimi napea mke wangu my underwear anioshe, mimi naweza osha yake?
You see, you wouldn't do the same. Good point.
Kama siwezi osha yake,
then why do I expect?
Why do I expect her to do that for me? Number two, I think number 3 or 4. Ladies are trained from when they are young to go to the toilet, whether they are going for short call or on call, with a tissue. Men are not trained like that.
Yeah. Washing hands is a problem.
Men goes to the toilet. Maybe you just look like this. There is no tissue. You have already, and then you just put that thing again. Unapaka hiyo kitu pupu. Alafu nipeleke mke wangu aoshe pupu yangu. Awacha aoshe watoto jani.
No, you know what? I think he got me wrong. He got me wrong on this. Yeah, I'm saying I'm not encouraging that guys should actually expect that from their women. What I'm saying is, if a woman decides to do it, it's a sign of affection, and let it be her choice. I don't think it's something that you can actually go out and ask her to do. That's ridiculous.
And so Sheila's been simmering here.
Yeah. I actually like what Percy has said. I like what Roy has said. I like the Vox Pops. Just helps us keep a touch with the temperature of the what people are thinking in the country. But I just want to categorically state that in a country that keeps consistently and continuously calling our men boy child, these are the results. These are the results. Because you have grown men on Man Cave giving us opinions. They've been raised. These are leaders of society. You want to tell me our president stands there and lets someone else wash his underwear? You're a man. This is it's your responsibility. So the fact that even if I want to wash your underwear and you think that it's a sign of affection, be responsible enough not to let me find that underwear in the bathroom. The reason I'm washing it is because umesahau. Lakini usianze sasa kujisahaulisha kila siku. Unanielewa? And then it's so interesting watching those vox pops of grown men. There are boys who are watching that right now and saying, oh, so me nafaa kuosha until I'm 18. And then after I'm 18, I'm supposed to regress until I'm a baby. That's basically what's happening. And that's the difference between a boy and a man. A man will sit there and say, I mean, if she wants to show me that she has affection, she can wash the underwear. Yeah. But a man will sit there and say, oops, I forgot it. Yeah. It's never going to happen again. So that, I categorically state, your underwear is your own business.
I think the difference came from the issue of, do you want to be liked or do you want to be respected? That is what has changed quite a bit late, right? There was a time when men wanted to be respected. That was their priority. This time, they want to be famous. Today as we speak, what we're calling a boy child wants to be famous or liked. He wants to be famous in the sense that, look what I did, look what I managed to get done. Rather than, look at the kind of man I am. That look at the kind of man I am is what is diminishing. That's why when you start seeing designs which are actually women's clothes and men are wearing them, the guy is like, if this is going to make me stand out, I'll wear it. He's not thinking about how do I look at a man wearing this kind of stuff. So I think, as you're saying, less men, more boy coming out. But it's because we have made boy become the big. It's a big thing. It's cool to be a baby again.
But there's also
being a baby is the coolest thing now.
There are different points that were raised on that, because definitely, I mean, we've given our views, but there are different points I picked up from that. One was the fact that somebody said there's a difference if you are, dating, then definitely don't do it. Then if you're married, then you can do it. What do you guys think about that?
You see, because the guys are now looking at marriage as a form of employment. When you start looking at marriage as a form of employment, he thinks that the moment he's married that woman, she's become his employee. That's how they look at it. So I think the chick is like, she's casual labor. She can come in, then look for another employer. Let's call them sponsor then. The same thing. Right? So that's how they're looking at it. It shouldn't change the relationship. But as I've said, honestly, it's a deep sign of affection. As I've told you, based on the kind of holes you see in other people's underwear, it's a lot of affection.
Why are you pointing, Pastor?
No, just because out of experience, I've had more experience with holes. No.
Willis, when a man is going out there to select the wife material, that's a word I've had, and like your material image after downtown's Jayona. Like when somebody say that woman is wife material, I don't know. There are those maybe who are looking at, okay, she can cook, she's of childbearing age, she has childbearing hips, I don't know, whatever. She went to school, As women, when we're looking at the kind of guy to marry, I think if you put it in your CV that I don't wash my own underwear, I think that is a big no-no in terms of marriage material. I mean, you've gone to university, you've slayed lions out there, you've hunted, you're doing all sorts of things, you're the man's man, but you can't wash your own underwear. I feel like that's the most redundant thing. The fact that we're even sitting here having a conversation about should men wash their own underwear. Because boys are washing their underwear.
Right.
Boy child, mtoto si anaoshanga underwear yake. Sale yako high school si anaoshanga underwear yake. Akiingia university bado si anaoshanga underwear yake. So anasema nikiingia institution of marriage, underwear.
You see, what stood out for me is just like you said. In a normal conversation, you would think that something like this is like it's not a debate.
Yeah.
But going by the several people that we've sampled there at random, all of them seem to have this notion that that's the way it's supposed to be. So where did this notion come from?
I told you it's when we decided that being a boy was still a respectable thing. Being a boy now is a cool thing. Let's just say acting like a child in clubs, in offices, and what is cool. Yeah. So the boy is pretty happy to not grow up, because the pride is no longer in growing up. The pride that people respect, what people respect is how much fun you have in your life. So if they see you having a lot of fun in life, they're like, what a guy. Imagine that guy can just go for 6 days, he's not going to the office, he's just la-las. You start respecting the most negative kind of trait.
Right.
But before, we'd respect people who do this kind of... That's why we're laughing when we start talking about a guy changing a bulb the other day.
Right.
Because when you do put in a bit of work, a bit of effort, guys start laughing. They're like, what a kind of cartoon are you? You don't have a watch, you can change your bulb. So when we started respecting having fun more than being responsible, the game changed completely. Kinapasi were sufferers, or proper slaves of life. Working hard for everything.
But now we work smart.
Wapi.
Now we work smart. We don't work hard again.
But Willis, also just to add on that, I think it's also important to note that we are not an authority on whether you should wash underwears or not. It's clearly a choice thing. But for me, the issue comes when you take it as automatic. When I see the views and what both men and women are saying about this issue, I'm flabbergasted, and I'm like, that means I'm going to meet a guy one day who's going to tell me, ebushika hizo underwear kwani hujaziona zimekuwa zikipile up kwa sink, enda uzioshe, and I'm going to be shocked, because hello, haven't you been washing your own underwear this whole time? When did you just reach point of not growing up? And it's so sad that if I choose to wash your underwear, if that's what I've decided for you, it's okay. Yeah, but don't leave that your previous relationship with someone who was washing your underwear and come and start dictating it. Because no, you must understand that it is not it is not the job of a woman to wash your underwear. It is a choice that she has made, and it should be at her discretion. Do I want to wash your underwear? Cool. And not saying that the women who are washing men's underwear or their boyfriend or their husband's underwear are doing the wrong thing. I'm just saying that it is not mandatory to wash it.
I also think, just to add on what Sheila is saying, when you misuse or abuse your wife, it shows who you are. Because I think what I got is not a wife. I got wife material. My wife is in my head. I will make my wife maybe even for 30 years before you get what you want. So abusing her by telling her to wash my underwears, also telling her to do other funny things in the house, because just washing underwears is not only the thing that we abuse them with. There are many other things. Even she can be cooking and the child cry, and you'll see me telling her, can you stop what you're doing, pick the kid, and I'm just next to the kid. You get what I mean? I can also eat what do you call it? It is apple. You eat apple, you go around the seed, then you put that thing on the table. Call your wife to go and throw it in the dustbin. We have a lot of...
I know you behave, yes.
Yeah. Many people misbehave in many ways. But we have just picked one of washing the underwears. So I'm telling people, whoever is listening to us, please, let's have manners.
I just think that it will come to bite you back. Really, that's a big thing. As Pastor is saying, if you keep abusing her, you know, when you keep pressing a certain button and it explodes, the results cannot be repaired after that. Yeah, you know, the one where she explodes another one for 3 weeks, the bundle she's using talking around that house is covering like what you've seen for the last 6 months. I'm just saying, when you push someone to that limit, the results of what you make in that person are horrible, because you're subjecting someone to doing something that does not create any self-respect within themselves. So you're just breaking them. Eventually, you're the one who will suffer for having a broken woman in that house. But as I said, if she wants to do it, let her do it, as long as she doesn't do it regularly.
There is somebody here who says, and like because we begin to open up. This lady says, my husband comes home drunk, amejikojolea, anatoa, anaweka hapo kwa nguo chafu, lakini mimi ni mjanja, nimechoma kadhaa.
Kudos.
Musa says that in Islamic Sharia, a woman is not even supposed to wash even your clothes. Akifanya hivyo ni kwa mapenzi na huruma yake, na anataka atakuwa rewarded by, I think he meant God for that, because he said, yeah. And then Mbugwa says, thank you. I am a man. Do not treat your wives as slaves, not unless I am sick. I can't allow anybody to wash my underwears. And hi Raburu, mimi niko kwa ndoa miaka 6 sasa. Nimekuwa nikiosha hizo miaka, nafurahia sana. Na nimetoka umoja. So it's clear that there are different...
but you see, the thing that's very interesting with what that lady said is, when she made the decision, it makes it sound like she's the one who decided to do it. And if she starts deciding to do it, then there'll be pride in it. But the moment you're told to do it, it's a completely different rule. Yeah, that one is just proper slavery, which of course, I don't know. Pastor can tell us more stories about how to handle slavery.
I think the only issue here, and it's interesting that we come to a consensus, is that the expectation of having your underwear washed as a guy is the problem. If you're going to sit there and say, you know, the first night of honeymoon, shamambia enda washe hizo vitu katika kutoka kwa nyumba, that's where the problem begins. I think it should be something that if it should be at her own discretion. If she chooses to wash for you, like the lady is saying, she finds joy and pride in it, that's her source of joy and pride. Kuna mwingine, like the lady who's just said, mina zichomanga. That's to teach you a lesson. Yeah. And look at a situation like that. And that's what Patty is talking about, you know. The truth, the reality of matters out here is that ladies really know how to treat their underwear. not so much with guys. So even in fact me huyo mwenye anasema anayoshanga mimi nasema wow, because if you're going to come, you pissed on your underwear. Am I supposed to be? Am I a nurse?
Night nurse.
A nurse is the only one who can handle, such things. I'm not even equipped. I even buy for me gloves. Let's
agree on one thing here. Men must grow up.
Yes, thank you.
Come on now.
Men must break the cocoons of ignorance and get out of it. When I was growing up, I found my dad doing some few things in the house. Number one, he's the one who was washing his underwears. Let me call them that, although they were green shorts. He is the one who was brushing
the shoes,
polishing the shoes.
Yeah.
I know how to cook ugali. I was not taught by my mom. It's my dad who was sitting down there, and my mom was carrying maji, and when she's korogaring the unga, daddy is taking over. Yeah? Hajaambiwa.
I was going to ask you that, Pastor, actually. Now that you're
hajaambiwa.
Yes.
Kuchinja kuku. Ni baba alikuwa anachinja, anakaranga, kila kitu inakuwa sawa. Na ninajua ni nini tunakula kwanza. I was shown by my dad. When I come now to the word of God, there is a guy who told his son, Esau, can you go in the wilderness, catch something that I like, come and cook for me.
Yeah.
Not come and give your mom to cook for me. Come and cook for me. So I think I love my wife that sometimes I help her.
Yeah.
You know what? I like the point, because that's where I wanted to go, about humility. You see, washing underwear, doing all those things are a sign of humility, and humility is a way of showing affection, right? And I'm thinking, which things are men doing today that show the humility they have? Because it takes a real person. A real strong person is someone who can be humble. If you can be humble, then you're actually very strong, because it's hard for you to give away your pride, right? But today you're trying to think of what's the most humble thing guys are doing. Buying our phone. What are guys doing where ni kujitolea? You get what I mean? Where the chick looks there and sees the guy saying, I can't believe he's come to do that for me. We laugh at things that, as basic as they were. You remember pulling chairs, opening doors. We were laughing at those things. Because today, there are very few cases where you see guys actually showing humility. They cannot.
And even opening the door for their wife for the car.
Just Moshe Mazong, Pia.
Yes.
Hi, sorry, Sheila, before you continue. Hi, Raburu, I've been married for the last 10 years and no single day have I washed my husband's boxers. Hi, I'm Japheth. For boxers and briefs in marriage, we help each other. If one is busy on another job, marriage is helping each other in all jobs to keep life going on. Washing all clothes, he says. Third one here. I know a woman who was beaten with a panga for not washing her husband's 1 week brief. She had to go to hospital. She could not be treated until she even went to get a police abstract. So it gets serious, guys, as well.
Wow.
It says it is two-way. Somebody else says it is two-way. Shiko says, I used to wash for him once in a while na chukua zote, but wacha niambiwe. But siku moja nikaenda hospitali kudeliver. Nikaasha zake mbili na yangu moja. Imagine aliosha zake akawacha zangu. Shiko from Bano. And then somebody else says, let a man be a man by responsibility, washing his own underwear and in charge of his own personal grooming. Remember, he used to wash them even before.
Thank you.
And I will never ask him to wash mine.
Thank you.
Yes, Sheila.
There's one point there that someone said, actually, it's, life can get busy. You can forget to wash your own underwear. My friend.
Because life is
my friend.
Things are so hectic. You're not underwear.
My friend. I don't care whether you're an aeronautical engineer. I don't care if you're the president. Yani, what you're basically saying is your 2 minutes ungetumia kuosha ngoza. Is also 2 minutes you'd have used to brush your teeth. So you said, sina time to brush teeth wala kuosha underwear, so nitaenda. Do you forget to brush your teeth? Does your wife help you brush your teeth?
Or do you walk out of the house naked?
Thank you. Do you leave the house naked? Do you forget to put on clothes? Yeah. When you were in school,
you can be so busy, even postpone urinating, you do it in the evening.
When you were in school, you had exams, right?
What do you mean?
Did you used to forget to wash your underwear in your mother's house? Would your mom allow you to have 6, 7, 8, 20 boxers just sitting there on the sink? Never. Responsibility. In boarding school, would you leave the bathroom carrying dirty underwear to nenda kuweka kwa box? No! You are taught this responsibility.
You see,
so that tweet, that person saying at Sijui, you can get too busy at if the both of you get busy, ni ule mwenye atafika kwa sink. No. No. Wash your own underwear, please.
No, you're busy. Underwear time?
Come on.
Responsibility goes together with maturity. It shows how mature you are.
Yeah.
Many guys are not mature. So, for me, I can forgive them. But I can tell them there is time to change. You can change.
Right.
You can change. Because as we grow, priority changes also. Why don't you change you yourself? It's as if when I'm teaching the word of God, people are not changing. I'll stop doing that and go kuuza mutura. Because the word of God must change somebody. That's why I went to school. And I was taught how to write my name. I was taught how to use phone. I was taught, and I was ready.
You went for training.
In school. Excuse me. How many people do you think knows how to use phone? My God, they have never gone. They only know.
So when MPs juicy purely.
Yeah, but they only know. They only know kufinya ya kuchukua na ya kuzima. They don't know.
Yeah.
You get me? So, before we wind up, every man should not be complete. You should be flexible such that you can change. People who we are talking to now, please change. If you want to be a real man, change. Just twist yourself kidogo tu, anza kuvua hizo vitu, muonyeshe unaweza. Kama unaambiwa na mke wako nikatakatie nyama, tafadhali. Isipokuwa za sasa siku hizi wanakatakatiwa busheri. Zamani tulikuwa nikatakatie nyama, tafadhali dadi. Unachukua chopping board, unamkatakatia. Kama unajua kukatakata nyama, mbona nisijue kukaranga?
Yeah, of course. I do support
it shows what I have said. Let us be mature enough and help one another. There is no slave in the house. We are there together as companions. Everybody is having power to rule. That's why God said, let's create man in our own image. Let us give that man dominion. What is dominion? It's power to rule. There is nobody who was created to be ruled or to be twisted like a robot.
It's that, as I told you, my point was very simple. It's that when we started when you tell people to change, there always has to be a reason for that change. If there is no reason or nothing, I will gain nothing by that great change, then there's no motivation for me to change. That motivation is what is lacking. Because we started celebrating utoto. When we started celebrating utoto, being a man was like, I don't have to. So for us guys, I think what is sad is that in any relationship or in the beginning in society, it starts by how you set up things, the president you set up, what you're saying. If you've started in a place where she starts washing, it starts getting worse. The chances of it getting better are very few, right? So it's how you start it off. You kick off kosher underwear, then sour, then just don't expect that to change. She'll be washing the car tomorrow. She'll be washing his socks the day after. And hence it continues in that line. So for me, it's just how you start it off. And I'm not going to look down about someone who's doing it or abuse them for doing it or laugh at them for doing it. In fact, I'll admire them that in this world, you can actually find people who are humble enough to do it. So if you find a woman who's actually doing that for you, my friend, you're one of the...
Out of our own volition.
You're one of the most blessed cartoons on this planet.
Can I just also just add, I think one of the biggest problems or challenges that we have in every single time we're discussing here at Man Cave, the thing that comes out is we have a generation of men who are pegging their masculinity on what women allow them to do. So you're hearing the comments there, I'm a man. You should wash for me my underwear. So if I don't wash for you your underwear, you're not a man. You know what I mean? Or I'm not treating you as men should be treated. And that's what needs to change. You can't peg your masculinity on actions of other people. You have to take responsibility for your own actions. A man is someone who is responsible. It starts with responsibility. Like, for example, the guy who's hacking his wife for not washing underwear, that's a whole different other just mindset altogether. And these are the challenges that, you know, maybe you've been handed down from like maybe you've been seeing your father do it, your grandfather do it. Doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it okay. I mean, the times are different. Now you're speaking to someone who went to school, you know, you're earning money together. These things weren't there before. This is where we are now. There has to be your masculinity needs not be sourced from your women or the children and how you're there. In the family. That's not where masculinity. In 2017 or in 2018, that's not what masculinity is.
I think we totally
and
agree.
just telling someone to wash your underwear, if that makes you feel more like a man, my friend, you're the boy child we're talking about.
I think being a man, I think being a man, right, starts not by other people treating you as a man. As Sheila's implied, it starts by you treating yourself as a man. And look at yourself as a man. Not expecting others to do that for you. Right? Whatever is hanging loose, as we have been seeing recently. Yeah?
Shout out to Erico Monji.
Shout out to Erico, my man.
I just said whatever is hanging loose. Could be loose morals, not loose.
Oh, okay.
Whatever, okay, rolling loose, right? It's not what's going to make you a man. It's going to come through those actions. As I said, for me, I admire the women who have a lot of humility, and guys should treat those women like gold, and admire men who've taken up the responsibility to be humble themselves. And what last is, of course, men who start acting like a man, not because other people want to treat them like that, but because they respect themselves enough to be proper grown men. So the boy child can become the kind of growing up man kind of child, and later on, one day we'll go back to the man child.
All right.
Well, I would like to conclude by saying, treat your wife like a queen, and that queen will automatically make you a king.
And also, just kumalizia. Sasa wewe umesema okay utaacha kupatia bibi yako your underwear kuoshe. Please usipatie house help.
No.
Please. That's what, yeah.
You know,
the house help.
60% of the girls are not confused again.
Please wash your own underwear. It doesn't even cost you 5 minutes.
Okay,
in fact, there was even a guy who even gave us instructions. Unaosha ukimaliza unaenda inachapa na hair. Thank you.
Upepo, yes. Or buy 365 underwear.
Yeah, that's what another question. How often should you?
If you buy 365, then at least you'll be washing once, yeah.
And you throw.
No,
or you just put it and throw.
Yeah.
So after 7 days, unaweka pamoja na trash or whatever. But this is the personal problem.
Yes.
Anyway, it's been an interesting discussion. I think the bottom line, the thing that has come to the fore of this discussion is the fact that, you know, you do not need to treat marriage or any sort of, relationship as employer-employee. And not to say that employers treat people like slaves, but just to say that you should not expect your wife or your partner to be a slave. So we have this conversation bearing in mind that there are some who find it okay to do this, women also, but if, like Roy said, if you decided to do it on your own volition, then big up to you. But for the men, do not force it down on the women, and have a respectful, cordial, loving relationship where we are not slaves. My name is Olu Saburu. We'll be back again next week with Man Cave. If you have any topics that you want us to discuss, by the way, we'll soon get an email. But for now, you can use the hashtag Pabrofos. You can tag any one of us except Pastor Kuria, who is not on social media, at Willie Saburu, at Kwambox, or It's Kwambox, depending on which platform you use, at Roy Karuhizi. He's there. And also, it's on TV Kenya. If you slide into our DM here, our digital team is going to pass on that information to us. Right. To Wanane Badai, Waika Maro is coming up next with Citizen Extra, so don't go too far. My name is Willie Saburu, reminding you that successful people look like you, and the great Manchester United now with Alexis Sanchez. It's because shout out to Eric Omondi.
Yo, you know that's like the first picture I saw this morning.